reenact her Martin Luther King presentation that she did today. In class. Ready? Action.
Here is the Martin Luther King story, and if there's words that you don't understand, then on the board there's boycott, like there is on the story, which I'll put on here. And this is like supposed to be a clock of that with some of the things that Martin Luther King said. And this is a picture of Martin Luther King. This is a picture of Martin Luther King that my mom drew and I colored with help from her. And here is supposed to be kind of like something about Martin Luther King. If you can't certain thing like fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl. If you can't crawl, I don't exactly remember.
Keep moving forward.
Keep moving forward. But whatever you do, don't give up. And here it's supposed to be a bell, and it's supposed to be let freedom ring at last, and it's a bell. It says ring, so that's why we put a bell. And that's all of my presentation.
Well, what can you tell us about Martin Luther King?
Okay, questions, anybody? Questions, raise your hand. 3 people, questions. Yes, you.
What did you learn about Martin Luther King? And what was the most interesting thing that you thought was most interesting about him?
Well, something that I learned about Martin Luther King was that he said many things, and that he skipped a few grades. And the interesting part that I learned, hold on, it's not your turn. The interesting part that I learned was that Martin Luther King was separated from his friends, even though they had been friends from a long time. And that's it.
What did he do at school?
What?
Excuse me.
What?
I'm gonna have to tell you to Excuse me, I'm gonna have to tell you.
What kind of things did he say? You said he said a lot of things. What kind of things did he say?
Like, he took pictures, and he was put in jail 30 times.
Why was he put in jail?
Because he was trying to stand up for himself and for blacks, black people, and like he took pictures with words that he said, like "Let freedom ring," and the one I told you about "If you can't fly," and he did so many that I can't remember all of them.
Can you remember some of them?
Let freedom ring.
Well, what did he do? What did Martin Luther King do?
Well, good question.
What were his accomplishments?
Martin Luther King's accomplishments were his role model. His role model came from India.
Do you remember his name? Mahatma Gandhi.
He changed the law in India about white people in India and Indian people. And Martin Luther King's, that's where Martin Luther King's role model came from.
What did they believe in? Gandhi and Martin Luther King?
Gandhi, Mahaki, and Martin Luther King.
Mahatma Gandhi.
Mahatma Gandhi and Martin Luther King.
Mm-hmm.
They believed in that they could make a change in life, and the way they were judged by the color of their skin were about what culture they were from.
Mm-hmm. And how did they make that change?
They made that change by speaking up, thinking of things, which inquired get put in jail. Including getting in jail, being put in jail. And Martin Luther King and Mahatma Gandhi, their accomplishments were to change the world. And Martin Luther King did that but he made black people by making black people have the same respects as whites instead. Now we can sit on the same buses together, and we can be friends with everyone. And which is your baby is eating bread.
Okay. That's okay. It's not from the trash. It's just leftovers.
And that Mahatma Gandhi is Martin Luther King's role model. And many people try to kill Martin Luther King or Dr. King. And a gunman one day did, and when he was in the Memphis, Tennessee, and he died. I heard that some people said he's been shot from his chest, but I don't know. And that is what I've learned. One more person. Wait, is your question finished? Yeah?
Yes, thank you, ma'am. That was very thorough. Over here. Me. Over here. Me.
Samuel.
Not you, me.
No.
Whoa. Okay, me.
No.
What do you like most about Martin Luther King?
His life would be in danger, and he cared, but not as much as people being served, black people being served, and not being treated with the respect they needed. And what I think of Martin Luther King is he is nice to put himself in so much danger to make a change in life with whites and blacks. And if it wasn't for him, then I wouldn't be able to be friends with the few people that I am friends with, like Nathaniel, and I wouldn't have a few teachers that I have, like Mr. Fink and Mrs. White, and a few people. And that is why I think Martin Luther King is brave. And that's what I like about him.
Cool. So what did you enjoy doing the project?
I enjoyed doing the project. I just pretty much liked that we got to write something about someone, especially Martin Luther King, because there's a lot of things that he accomplished, so that is something that we could have put in our projects. And is your question finished?
Yes, it is. Is there anything else you would like to add?
Yes, my speech here.
What is the speech?
Well, I kind of told you, but yeah. Okay. That's it.
Is that it? Okay.
We're out of this world.